Sudan is burning. Imagine a land where the echoes of gunfire drown out the laughter of children, where homes lie in ruins, monuments to shattered dreams. This is the reality of Sudan today, a nation consumed by a brutal conflict that has ravaged its people and left its future hanging precariously in the balance. The world watches, but its gaze seems distant, its attention fleeting. This is a story of a nation in flames, a story that demands to be told and heard. This is not a conflict confined to the battlefields. It is a war that has invaded homes, torn families apart, and extinguished countless innocent lives. The silence of the international community is deafening, a silence that speaks volumes about the way the world chooses to prioritize suffering. We cannot afford to remain indifferent to the plight of the Sudanese people. Sudan into an abyss of violence and despair. The human toll of this conflict is staggering. Over 12 million people, a number difficult to comprehend, have been uprooted from their homes, forced to flee for their lives. They are the displaced, the forgotten victims of a war they did not choose. Hospitals, once beacons of hope and healing, now lie in ruins, unable to provide even the most basic medical care. The stories that emerge from Sudan are heart-wrenching, tales of families torn apart, of children orphaned, of lives shattered by violence. The numbers are overwhelming, but behind each statistic lies a human tragedy, a story of loss, resilience, and the desperate yearning for peace. The conflict in Sudan is not a localized crisis. It is a regional catastrophe in the making. Neighboring countries, already grappling with their own challenges, are bearing the brunt of the refugee influx. Chad, South Sudan, Ethiopia, all face the daunting task of providing for millions of displaced Sudanese, their resources stretched thin. The stability of the entire region hangs precariously in the balance. The international community cannot afford to turn a blind eye to this unfolding crisis. The consequences of inaction are too dire to contemplate. Why is the world so silent on Sudan? Where is the outrage, the global mobilization that we have witnessed in response to other conflicts? Is it because Sudan is too far away, its people too unfamiliar, their suffering too distant from our daily lives? The lack of media coverage is appalling. The world needs to know what is happening in Sudan. We need to hear the voices of the Sudanese people, to understand their stories, to bear witness to their suffering. We cannot remain silent. The people of Sudan deserve our attention, our empathy, and our action. We must demand that our leaders take concrete steps to end the violence, to hold those responsible for atrocities accountable, and to provide humanitarian aid to those in desperate need. Support organizations working tirelessly to alleviate the suffering in Sudan, amplify the voices of the Sudanese people, share their stories, and challenge the narratives that seek to diminish or erase their pain. Sudan's tragedy is a wake-up call for Africa and the world. It is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace, the devastating consequences of unchecked violence, and the urgent need for collective action. We must stand in solidarity with the people of Sudan, not just with words, but with concrete actions that demonstrate our unwavering commitment to their right to live in peace and dignity. The time for indifference is over. The time for action is now. Let us not allow Sudan to become another forgotten tragedy.